Welcome to Session 2 of Unit 2. Session 2 is on the meaning of integration in social studies. To start with, let's look at the objectives for this particular session. There are three objectives we have to cover. The first one says explain the concept of integration. The second one is able to give illustrations of integrated subject. The third one is able to explain the two forms of integration, which are vertical and horizontal integration. So, what is integration? Have you heard of this word before? What comes to mind when you hear the word integration? We shall look at how some scholars have defined the word integration. For example, Bishop 1985 says that integration is about regrouping of ideas and knowledge between subjects and discipline in order to provide a new and intellectually repeatable curriculum. We have already learned that social studies is an integrated subject. We use ideas, in other words, we borrow knowledge, facts, concepts from different subject areas such as economics, geography, history, sociology, and the rest. So when we regroup knowledge and ideas from these subjects and give it a new name, we are talking about an integrated subject. Bishop went on to say that integration does not mean fitting together of bits and pieces from different subjects, but rather when you make good use of the unique contribution of the various subjects, you don't just put together bits and pieces of, let's say, economics and sociology or anthropology and we give it a new name. No, there are unique contributions that these individual subjects will make to making the subject intellectually reputable one. In defining integration, Oliver sees it as a process by which the interdependent parts of a larger whole relate or are brought into harmonious relationship with each other. When you look at sociology, geography, history, anthropology, economics, these are larger wholes. So when you bring some concepts, facts, knowledge, we bring them together into a harmonious relationship in order to explain a phenomenon. That is what Oliver refers to as integration. On our part, we can say that integration is the process of interlinking concepts from sociology, anthropology, history, economics, and what have you, knowledge, facts, principles, and generalization from this subject so that we'll be able to describe social phenomena and to also solve social problems. This is integration. You need ideas from sociology, we need ideas from history, we need ideas from anthropology, be it economics, to solve a particular problem. For instance, conflict. We cannot deal with conflict by looking at it from one perspective. You may need ideas from historians, or we need to understand the history behind the conflict. We need to identify where the conflict is taking place. We need to identify the reason why the conflict is taking place. Is it about the resources in a particular geographical location? So you can see that when we interlink knowledge or skills and principle or generalization from these various subjects, we're able to solve the problems of conflict holistically. Now the question is, how will you explain conflict? Okay, I've already talked about how to solve conflict by borrowing ideas from different disciplines. Have a look at the concept integration. Let's now look at what is meant by subject curriculum and integrated curriculum. First of all, let's look at what is curriculum. We'll look at the definition from Oliver, which says that all the experiences a child has to undergo under the guidance of a school, all the courses or subjects that the school offers, and the systematic arrangement of subject matter and activities within a course of or discipline offered by the school. So the subjects are arranged on a timetable in a particular manner. Some subjects are best taken in the morning, some in the afternoon, and some even in the evening. These are all parts of the curriculum of a school. The subject refers to that in which knowledge is arranged or put into compartment called subject. For example, economic knowledge is arranged or put into compartment and then we call it what? A subject. The same way, history, physics, and biology, all the knowledge in these areas are arranged and we give them what? History, physics, and biology, and so on and so forth. However, on the issue of integrated curriculum, we are referring to borrowing facts or principles and theories from other disciplines to form a completely new area of study. For example, we have integrated curriculum, social studies like social studies, environmental studies, and integrated science. Now, let's look at the forms the integration can take. In other words, we have two types of integration. We have vertical and horizontal integration. The vertical integration takes place within single discipline. In order that the various level of content, such as basic ideas, concepts, facts, and principles build upon each other from simple to complex and from known to unknown. The reason why we do vertical integration is to deepen learners' knowledge and understanding For example, we learned something in grade 1, or let's say class 1. We learned a concept in mathematics in class 1. We learned similar concept in mathematics in class 2. We learned similar concept in mathematics in class 3. It builds on it like that. So from grade 1 or class 1 up to the highest level, similar concept, but they are graded in terms of what? Difficulty. So what you learned previously is easier than what you're learning subsequently. So the previous one or the subsequent one is built on the previous one. Then the second type of integration, which is the horizontal integration, takes place across subject areas at a particular level. For example, in JHS 1 or SHS Form 1, students will learn in mathematics a concept volume. Then they can learn concept volume in science at the same Form 1. So when this is done, it helps learners to understand better. If the teacher who teaches volume in mathematics is not able to teach very well, or is not able to, the learners are not able to understand it very well, the one who will teach it in science is able to explain better. It deepens learners' understanding of the concept volume. So far, we have come to the end of the concept integration. Shall we take the following self-assessment questions? 1. Define integration in your own words. 2. State the difference between subject curriculum and integrated curriculum. 3. Differentiate between vertical and horizontal integration. Thank you.